Hey, Tom here, Jobs Are Digital. Wanted to really help you guys with e-commerce brands in how to scale 2023. So hold tight and we'll get into it. So first step, are you technically sound? Now, what does this mean? So this could mean that with your flows, are you putting out correct links? Are your flow filters correct? Are your metrics syncing within Shopify with the flows? And are they syncing correctly? Are there correct offers that are being broadcasted between the different flows and the different emails of those flows? It's very common for us to see 10% here, 15% here, and then that just creates confusion and chaos for the customers. Are your sending times delays set up correctly? So, for example, one client, electric rider, had their abandoned cart email firing immediately upon purchase, as we noticed in an audit that we did for them before they joined us. So the delay for the first email must increase to at least 30 minutes. So as a result of using 1 minute, most people receive the first abandoned cart email, even if they've already placed the order. So this is not good for the customer experience. Um, and obviously that then inflated their revenue attribution after the release of iOS 15. So we quickly fixed that one. And in general, we've also noticed with other clients that they may have like a 50-day delay between post-purchase emails, which is just crazy. So check your delay times. There are best practices for that. Klaviyo probably has those on their website themselves. Number two, are you segmenting correctly? Now, this is also a big issue that we see occurring quite a lot with our clients. So if not, why not? Take that. Don't take that at face value. It happens to everyone. So one of the most common issues we see is they don't know how to segment and they'll send to the whole list. This isn't great for deliverability. They're going to feel like they're being overspammed, especially if you've got a customer that's just ordered recently in the last few days and they suddenly start getting more emails to try and sell more. So there should be some exclusions, especially with promotional emails. Nurturing emails you can be sending till you're blue in the face, quite frankly. And you don't want to get moved to like a low quality IP pool, which Klaviyo will do if they kind of notice that your sending reputation goes down. There's easy ways to check your deliverability as well. Just feel free to comment and we can help out with the answer. Other things you can do is either over segment, which means having too many emails, you send into too many segments. So you're not therefore able to notice patterns with your kind of most of your engaged and engage people that don't buy and engage people that do buy, or even no longer engage people that have bought previously. So you want to make sure that you're sending to a broad pool so that you can notice trends, variations, patterns, and you're able to split test certain things to that same audience. Brands may only send to 30 days last engage and forget the rest of their list as well, or something in between the above. So there might be a hybrid issue going on. You might suddenly send a big email that's a promotion to your whole list, and then that's just going to destroy your rep. Or you're going to just send to a tiny segment. Your open rates might be really high. They might be going up to 50%, and you might think that's great. But in reality, you're just sending to less people. So, of course, you're going to be sending to most engaged. You're going to get a higher open rate. So what's next? Number three is Poppin Copy, what I like to call the type of copy that we provide and that you should also provide. So you need to be sending Poppin Copy, but what is it? So it's short, sweet, caring, smile generating, buzzy, and with brevity. Not always something that I can do, especially on these videos. I do apologize if that's what you find, but with the copy, it has to have brevity. So don't send oodles of long copy. Don't send a paragraph of boring copy, and don't do a long copy with boring paragraphs either. Just don't do both of those in both combinations. If you don't know how to write copy that converts, stop it and get someone who does. If you don't know how to write copy that nurtures, stop and get someone who does. Do not waste your customers' time with bad copy. You will put them off eventually. They may forgive you because your product's fantastic. Of course it is. You wouldn't be here on this call still if it wasn't. So you need to do both of these to win at this email marketing game. And it's not easy out there. Your competitors are going to eat you up if you're not sending like really good, fantastic, mouth-watering copy. So don't keep sending that for 23. Get it fixed. Get someone who can do that for you. Number four, design that halos your brand. So what does that mean? That just means putting your brand in the absolute best light possible with the design. You can also make sure that your design is structured. You do not want to send all over the place, hectic, not branded and consistent. emails. You want to make sure that your emails are consistent in terms of they link well with your brand guidelines, your design guidelines. If you don't have them, you should have them because they're going to dictate the consistency moving forward for the rest of 23 of how your emails are going to look. And you want to be a niche leader, at least work towards that. You can only do that if people are used to recognize and get comfortable with your branding. It should flow with the copy. Usually design, well, always the design should be done once the copy is written, and the designer should know how to structure that, which images to pull in, whether it's royalty free or product based or lifestyle based that you've taken. You can create design sections or subsections. You can just drop those into Klaviyo individually. It's really not that difficult. We have a design cheat sheet as well. If you really want that, we can provide that if you just make a comment in this video. Number 5, and the final one, is consistency. Send emails regularly. If you send one per week, it's just not enough. It's only going to work if your brand is super small, you've just started, then you can send one a week because you don't want to scale the list. But if you've got at least 10,000, even I would say like above 7,500, then be sending more than once a week. Your audience won't open every single email anyway, even if you're sending more than that at the moment, unless they are raving fans, which there's going to be a percentage of your list that are and will be. But people scan these days anyway, so they're not going to necessarily on their phone. 70%, 60% are going to be reading on their phone. They're not just going to like word for word it. They're going to just kind of quickly scan it if something pops and maybe stop for a few seconds. Their attention span is, as you already know, as a a brand owner, marketing manager, you know that the time is getting shorter and shorter. You just want to grab them with like a little subheading, even just a banner, even just a CTA. You just want to grab them quickly. But you need to be sending regular emails to make sure you have a better chance throughout the rest of this year to grab that attention, even if it's just a second with something from your email. But the more you send, in a way, as long as it's high quality, as long as it's relevant and relates to your audience, the better. Don't send rubbish, make sure that your emails are going to be good. People will only unsubscribe en masse if you no longer relate to them. So that just links to what I said. And so keep the 5-year brand alive in their hearts and minds by sending consistently. I can't stress this one enough. So I hope this helps. And I hope you have an incredible rest of the first quarter and the remaining of 23.